So today's lesson is on geometric problems, and usually with these, we'll be working with some sort of shape. We'll need to figure out sides, or we need to figure out angles. So usually it's a good idea to start by making a diagram. So our first example, if the two equal sides of an isosceles triangle are each 5 times as long as the base, and the perimeter is 253 meters, find the length of each side. So an isosceles triangle, if you remember, has two equal sides, those two equal sides there, and then we've got the base that's a different length. So what we know from here is that the two equal sides, which are these two, are 5 times as long as the base. So what we're going to do is we're going to call the base x, and then each of the equal sides are 5 times as long as the base. So 5x and 5x, like that. The second part that we know from this problem is that we're working with perimeter. The perimeter is 253 meters. So perimeter, we know, is adding up the three sides. So when we add up the three sides, we know that the perimeter is 253 meters. All right, so let's write that down. So we have 5x plus 5x plus x, and it's equal to 253 meters. So there's our equation. So what we can do now is collect like terms and then solve for x. So collect 5x plus 5x plus x. That gives me 11x. So 11x is equal to 253. And next I just have to divide by 11 on both sides. And that gives me x is equal to 23. All right, so just because we know what x is equal to 23, we still don't know what length of each side is. So we do have to go back to our diagram. So that means our base is 23 meters. So therefore, the base is 23 meters because x is equal to 23, and we called our base x. So the base is 23 meters, and the two equal sides are going to be 5 times 23, which is 115. So, and the two equal sides are 150 meters each. All right, so again, the base was x, that's why it's 23 meters. The two equal sides are 5 times x, so 5 times 23, so 115 meters each. Zoom. All right, so our next example, two angles of a triangle are congruent. That means they'll be the same. The third is twice as large as either of the two. What is the measure of each angle? So we'll draw out our triangle. So we know that the third angle is twice as large as either of the two. So it's going to be twice as large. So we'll call the first two angles x. And the third angle we'll call 2x. And what is the measure of each angle? So we do need to know previous knowledge that three angles in a triangle always add up to 180 degrees. So 2x plus x plus x, so that's the three angles. Together, they have to add up to 180. So there's our equation. And now we just have to collect like terms. So 2x plus 1x plus 1x, that gives me 4x is equal to 180. then I just have to divide by 4. And that gives me x is equal to 45. All right, so that means that this angle here is 45, this angle is 45, and then this one is going to be 2 times 45 to give me 90 degrees. All right, so so the angles are 45, 45, and 90 degrees. All right, so it's very important that you do go back to your diagram to see what expression you gave for each angle so that you can actually give the correct angle. Okay, so our next example, a farmer uses 54 hectometers of fencing to enclose a rectangular field. If the width is 2 hectometers less than the length, find the dimensions of the field. So it's rectangular. And we know that the width is 2 hectometers less than the length. So let's call the length x. And then the width is 2 hectometers less than the length. So x minus 2. And what else do we know here? We know it's 54 hectometers of fencing. So when we talk about fencing, enclosing it, that means perimeter. So therefore, we have to add all 4 sides. And it is equal to 54. And then we can figure out the dimensions of the field. All right, so we have x plus x minus 2 plus x minus 2. So x plus x minus 2. So you can use your brackets here, plus x minus 2 plus x minus 2. And I ran out of room. It's supposed to be equal to 54. So I'm just going to rewrite it down here again here. So x plus x minus 2 plus x minus 2, and it's equal to 54. All right, and now we can collect our like terms. So we have x plus x plus x plus x. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives me 4x. And then we have a negative 2 and a negative 2. Collect that together as well, which is negative 4. So 4x minus 4, and it's equal to 54. And now we can go ahead and solve for x. So we have to add the 4 to both sides. And that gives me 4x is equal to 58. And then divide by 4 on both sides. X is equal to 58 divided by 4, which is 14.5. All right, so we have our solution for x. X is equal to 14.5. So that gives our length here, 14.5 and 14.5. But remember that our width is 14.5 minus 2. All right, so therefore, the length is 14.5 meters. And the width is 14.5 minus 2, which is 12.5. And it's hectometers, not meters. Hectometers.